What is up, WordPress savages? Drew from HELIX Managed WordPress Hosting. Let's do a quick tutorial on how to work with plugins using Encrypted FTP. Now, when you host with HELIX, our additional security means that when you want to install or delete a plugin, you have to use Encrypted FTP as opposed to doing a WordPress one-click install. So let's take a look at how that works. When you have a plugin that you want to install, you may be used to doing it in the WordPress backend. You search for a plugin, you click a button, and boom, the plugin gets installed. But here at HELIX, you have to take a couple extra steps, and it helps because it will keep your site more secure to do it this way. So we're going to install a plugin that I found called Shortcodes-Ultimate. I'm not even sure exactly what it does. Obviously, a shortcodes plugin of some sort. When you find the plugin that you want, you have to download it to your computer. So here it is. It's downloaded as a zip file because all plugins and themes are downloaded as zip files. First thing you have to do on your computer is to unzip it. So I'm going to unzip this folder. And now you see I have a folder on my Mac called Shortcodes-Ultimate. Now I'm going to go to my encrypted FTP client. In this case, I'm using FileZilla. I have my host name, my FTP username, and my FTP password already in. I'm going to hit connect. I'm connected to the server. Always in public HTML, always in WP content, and we want to go into the plugins directory. So let's go into plugins. So here we are. Here are all of our plugins. Let's go back into my local folder here, and here is my Shortcodes-Ultimate plugin. So I'm going to just drag it over into the plugins folder up on the server. Now, again, what this allows us to do by installing plugins this way is to maintain much more restrictive file and code execution permissions on the HELIX server clusters. And that keeps your site, goes a very long way toward keeping your site safe and not able to be defaced and hacked by the bad guys. So while this may be an extra step that you're not used to doing, it's well worth learning how to do it. And once our clients get into this workflow, it's never a problem. And the additional security is always appreciated. So it's good to take a few minutes to learn how to do this and to work this way. You'll thank yourself for doing it, believe me. So now let's go back and check out the site. I got to get out of my little presentation here. So here's our little HELIX help site. Just a regular WordPress blank install. Let's pop into the dashboard and let's take a look at plugins to install plugins. Sorry. Some plugins are quite intrusive that way. So here we have our Shortcodes-Ultimate plugin that I uploaded the folder into the plugins directory. All I have to do is activate it. Bam, now it's done. So now this plugin is activated. And I can go into the settings. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but as you can see now I can start configuring and using my plugin. So it's pretty easy to do. Now let's assume for a second that this plugin doesn't do what you want it to do. You don't like it. You want to get rid of it. All you have to do is go back into your dashboard, go to plugins to install plugins. Just deactivate this plugin. No problem. Now let's go back to our FTP client. Make another connection. I'm still connected, so that works out pretty well. And all I have to do is navigate from public HTML into WP content, into themes, into plugins, like we just did. Find the plugin that you want to get rid of, Shortcodes-Ultimate, and I'm just going to use my FTP client to delete it. I mean, once a plugin is deactivated, it's actually not loading in WordPress, but it's just good procedure to delete the plugins that you're not going to use anymore, as opposed to just leaving them up on the server. It takes up space. It's just sitting there for no good reason. But prone to error. Somebody could possibly, reactivate that plugin when you don't want them to. And that's it. So now the plugin is deactivated. If we go back to the site and we go again and load install plugins, you'll see that Shortcodes-Ultimate no longer exists. And there you go. Site is back to where it's supposed to be. Everybody's happy. And we're good to go. So that's the way it works. That's how you install a plugin, activate a plugin, deactivate a plugin, and delete a plugin using Secure FTP at HELIX. If you're still confused or have any more questions, hit us up on the web. iamhelix.com/support. Reach out and touch us. We will do whatever we have to make sure you get the answers you need. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day.